Forgive the narcissist? Are you kidding me, Dr. Meg? You may have clicked on this video thinking that right up front, or you might be in the process of learning about forgiveness or on a continuing process of forgiveness and of healing from narcissistic abuse. Today in this video, I'm going to be talking about forgiveness. What is forgiveness? Why it is necessary for you to learn to forgive when you've been narcissistically abused. And I'm going to give you some actionable steps that you can take today in order to help you heal this issue. I'm Dr. Meg Haworth, and I'm a transpersonal psychologist and a holistic nutritional chef. And I help women survivors of parental narcissistic abuse to holistically heal, releasing the energy of trauma from their bodies so their bodies can heal. And also, as a holistic nutritional chef, I help people with cooking and recipes and nutrition to help the body heal itself as you're going through your emotional release process. Okay, with that, let's get on to what is forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most misunderstood concepts that there is. Forgiveness absolutely does not mean that you're telling this narcissist that what they did was okay. It never means that. Forgiveness has never been about that. Forgiveness is not about taking the person back in your life, because forgiveness and trust are two totally different issues. We want you to learn how to trust yourself, for sure, but you know you're never going to be able to trust the narcissist in your life, wherever you may be in that relationship with them. It's not going to happen. There's just too many lies. There's too much smoke and mirrors to try to decode what the heck went on or has been going on. There's too much backstabbing. I mean, it's not possible. So forgiveness is something, and please, get your journal and write this down. Forgiveness is something that you do for yourself. Forgiveness is something that allows you to release the emotional energy, which is exactly what I do with my clients. It helps you release the emotional energy and how you've been holding that energy in your own energy field. So some of the most toxic chemicals from emotions come from emotions like resentment. All my cancer patients, I see resentment. I see fear. I see anger. And anger and bitterness and resentment those things are all intertwined, because bitterness and resentment are things that build up over time from anger and from the constant betrayals that happen with a narcissistic parent or a narcissistic mate. So really, this is all about you. And if you had a narcissistic parent, you're an ACON, adult child of a narcissist, then being about you is a really hard thing for you to do. But this is how you heal, is to really learn to make your own healing about yourself and to learn concepts like forgiveness, learning how to actually do it, how to take your power back from these situations and this long-term abuse that you've been through, from the programming, the ways that you were programmed to think that you were never, ever going to be good enough, you were a bad person, you were unworthy, you're worthless, you're not worth anything but being a slave to the narcissist. Those things are not okay. So I want you to release all of these things from your mind, your body, your soul, your field, your body. It doesn't mean you forget what happened. I think that when we say forgive, we also think it means forget, but you can't forget the ways that you were treated and the ways that it affects you now. But you can release the emotional energy, those thoughts, those feelings, and those negative core beliefs that get stuck in your energy field and thus in your body. So forgiveness is something you do for you. I like to call it what Dr. Joan Borisenko, she's one of the pioneers of psychoneuroimmunology, read her stuff like 27 years ago. Love her work. And she called forgiveness releaseness. And I love that. I think that's a really good way to look at it, because you are releasing yourself from the toxic poisons that are in your body, from your own emotional reactions that you were very right to have and continue to have towards the narcissistic parent or narcissistic mate or sibling or friend in your life. But you don't have to continue on. You don't have to keep allowing this to tear you down and tear you apart and drain your energy field and thus your body. Forgiveness is so important because it's the one thing that's 100% about you. It's about you releasing these emotions from your field. And my whole person integration technique is a technique that I created to help you release the emotional energy, the thoughts, the feelings, the core negative beliefs that are eroding your body and making you sick. And I know this firsthand. If you follow me, you know that I had over a dozen illnesses. I drowned as a child. I had a near-death experience. I was struck by lightning 9 years ago, and I have injuries from that. I have scoliosis. I had like I said, over a dozen illnesses. I have had so much, and I haven't even really talked about the personal things that I went through, losing the only baby I was pregnant with, being cheated on repeatedly by men I was with, the divorces. I mean, I've been through a lot of heartbreak. And I can honestly say at 56 years old, I'm happier than I have ever been in my whole life. I love my life. I love the life that I've created. And I love the things that I get to do to help you get well. And if I just want to impart this to you to try to help you get better. So forgiveness is incredibly important, because that bitterness, that anger, that guilt, that shame, all that stuff that you've been carrying from the narcissist will make you sick over time. So my whole person integration technique helps you to release this energy from your field, from your body, from your mind, from your soul, so that you can evolve and grow and change. And so it's a really exciting thing to do. So when you hear this next thing I have to say, just listen, just stay with me for a moment. One of the ways that the narcissist in your life has gained supply, what they call narcissistic supply, which is basically, that's your energy, is through your bitterness, your guilt, your shame, your resentment, your fear, all of these emotions. And it's up to you as to whether or not you want to hang on to this. And when you start to realize, like, wait a minute, I don't have to hang on to these emotions. I don't have to spin in this. And I'm not talking about normal emotions. I'm not talking about normal anger that you arrive upon when the narcissist is like making ridiculous demands of you. I'm not talking about that normal anger. I'm talking about the buildup of anger and resentment and bitterness that drains the body over time, that you can release from your field. So when you think about the fact that you're giving supply to the narcissist by spinning in these emotions that basically they want you to spin in, they want to keep you weakened, they want to keep you in a negative emotional state so that they can feel superior, because they need to feel superior, they need to feel in control of you. And this is one of the ways that you are unconsciously giving them control over you, is by giving them your energy, giving them your emotions over and over and over again. So this is something you get to stop. So be excited about this, okay? So like just get kind of thrilled about the fact that you get to stop this. And then you get to create emotional wellness inside of yourself, because this happens internally. The release happens internally, and the replacement happens internally. And so think about that. Like, what emotions do you really want to feel? We know what emotions can make us sick, right? Maybe heard me say this before, but they can also make us well. And that's exactly what whole person integration technique does. It helps you to offload those emotions that are making you sick, and it helps you to bring in the ones that you want to feel: the peace, the love, the kindness, the joy, the excitement, the love, the unconditional love that you get to find for yourself. Because you're never going to find that with the narcissistic parent or the narcissistic mate. So just think about this. If you become bitter, the narcissist wins. If you become resentful and drained, the narcissist wins. If you block yourself from doing the things that you love to do, the things that you really want to do, expressing yourself in the ways that you really want to express yourself, then the narcissist wins. We don't want this person to win. We want you to win. And we want you to take your energy back. We want you to take your own power back and give that just right back to the narcissist. They get to have all the stuff they dumped on you. You don't need to carry it, which is really, really good news when you think about it. I have a couple of videos that I want you to check out here on my channel that can help you with what we're talking about right now. And one of them is how anger hurts your health. And the other one is why forgiveness doesn't work. And this will give you some more information that will help you along the way of healing this particular issue. Okay, I told you I was going to give you a process that you could do to help you release some of this energy, something you can do, actionable steps right now. So I want you to think about the emotion that you feel the most. Maybe you're really angry. Maybe the anger has turned to rage. Maybe the rage has turned to bitterness or resentment. And so just really write those down: resentment, rage, anger, bitterness, frustration. Write those down, and which one has the most charge for you. And say you chose bitterness. So you just know you're bitter, you can get sarcastic and mean, and you've cut people off from coming in. Why wouldn't you, with everything that's happened? So you choose bitterness. And what I want you to do is I want you just to get comfortable. You can do this sitting up or lying down. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take in 3 deep breaths, cleansing breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Another breath, out through the mouth. One more deep breath in, and out through the mouth. And now we've been talking about this bitterness that you've been feeling, just tied up with the narcissist and the way you've been treated all these years. And I want you to scan your body, and where do you feel the bitterness in your body? So maybe you feel it in your throat or your heart or your stomach. I want you to take your hand and put it wherever it is that you feel it. I want you to notice what this is doing to your body. And so say it's in your throat. Do you get throat infections every year? Do you get hoarse easily? Do you lose your voice easily? Do you have a hard time singing? Do you have a hard time expressing yourself? Do you have a hard time allowing yourself to be creative? Just notice, these are all the things. Do you have a hard time making choices? Do you have a hard time using your own willpower? These are all the things that are coming, that are attributes of the throat. Are you really judgmental of yourself? Oh, are you judgmental of others? Also having to do with the throat. Do you have a hard time communicating, expressing? Do you even know what your life purpose is? So just notice, those are all these things that can be drained from the throat. So you could have throat infections, you could have thyroid issues, you could get tightness in your throat often where you just kind of feel like it stops itself. So just notice those connections, the physical and the emotional, and how those two things are connected. Okay. So I want you to put your hand on there, and I want you just to say, I ask to release this energy, as much of this as I can in this moment, release it from my throat or from wherever. And just imagine it's just coming out of you. It's diffusing into light. You're just taking it out of your body, just getting it out, just as much as you're able to release. Then, after you've finished doing this exercise, and you can do this exercise as many times as you want, as many times as it takes, what I want you to do next is I want you to get a pen and some paper. And this is going to be like some loose paper. I want you to handwrite this. I don't want you to do it on your computer. And I want you to write a letter to the narcissist. And in this letter to the narcissist, it's not a letter you're going to mail. Because if you do, boy, let me tell you, every single point in that letter is going to be used against you horrifically. You are going to be punished endlessly for anything that you share. Even though it's the truth of how you feel, they're not going to be able to go through any kind of process to help you grow and change together. They're not going to be able to participate. So please don't send this letter. But in this letter, I want you to write down all the reasons why you're bitter, all the reasons why you're frustrated and angry and sad. Just write it down and just say, hey, you did this to me. You made me feel this way. I feel horrible. You made me believe that, blah, blah, whatever it is. Just write it down. And it could be pages and pages long. And you may, when you're done with it, first of all, you're going to feel a little better because you gave it all over to the page, right? You're letting that bitterness, that frustration, that anger come out onto the page, and it will really, really help you. And you're going to feel a lot better because you did this. And you're also going to notice, I want you to notice that as you release this and get this onto the page, how does your throat feel? Your stomach, wherever you felt it in your body, how is it feeling? Does it feel like it's opening up? It's easing up. Because you're consciously opening up that center of self-expression, or that center of your human energy field. You're opening it up and allowing it to be released. You're allowing the resentment to be released. You don't have to hold it. That is a poison that will make you sick over time if it hasn't done it already. So just let it out, get it out, let it go. And again, you can use this exercise as many times as you want to with as many people as you feel like you really are carrying a lot of resentment, a lot of anger, bitterness, shame, pain, guilt. This can help you with that. So I would love to know your experiences with forgiveness, with releaseness, with letting go of the energy that you have been holding in your body. I would love to know what you've been through. So please feel free to put that in the comments below. Please feel free to ask any questions. You can also email me or message me. I'm on all the platforms, but you can message me and ask me questions. For more information, please go to my website at meghaworth.com and check out 52 Ways to Tell If Your Parent is a Narcissist. It's a checklist, and it's basically how to tell if anyone is a narcissist. And so go there and get that kind of information, and check out my upcoming courses. They're going to be coming up here this fall, in fall of 2023. And I'm really excited to be able to put those out into the world to help you heal holistically, to help you release the energy that's being held in your field. If you feel like you've hit a wall with traditional psychotherapy, you're tired of talking about the same stories over and over and over again, and you've gotten a lot out of it, but you just feel like, okay, you know what, there's got to be something else, and I want to go deeper into the subconscious mind, and that's the body, then please contact me. Please book a free call, free consultation with me. The links are in the description below and in the comments. So just book that free call, and I would love to talk to you and see if I might be able to help you. If any of this that I've talked with you about resonates, please let me know. Also, let me know in the comments, like, how did this exercise go for you? How did it feel? Are you making the connections between your body and your emotions? And are you able to help release that from your energy field? So, all right. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you so much. I am Dr. Meg Haworth, and I hope this information will help you get well now.